Hi, my name is Raquel, Correia, and I teach English with Tutlo. I'm originally from the United States. I was born and raised in New Jersey, just 25 minutes right outside of New York City. Here are some things about me that you might like to know. Just a few short months ago, my husband and I made our permanent move here to Colombia. My husband and I are missionaries and work in indigenous communities and low-resource areas alongside nationals to help provide things like social needs and education while encouraging the preservation of their language and culture. My husband and I love Colombia and all of Latin America. In fact, we met in Nicaragua. But one of our favorite things to do is travel whenever we get the chance. My husband's a little bit of a wizard finding plane tickets, and ever since I've been with him, we've been able to go so many places and have lots of really fun new experiences. Something else that might be fun to know is that I love food. I'm from New Jersey, so I'm from the land of pizza and bagels, and I love to eat and try new things. I'm the person who I get off the plane from Colombia, and my first stop is my favorite pizza place in Brooklyn. So I love to eat donuts, pizza, and try all kinds of new foods. I've also gotten really interested in cooking recently, so that's been really fun too. The last fact about me is that I really love language learning, and I think it's important. I learned Spanish in my late teens and early 20s. I have a bachelor's degree in it, and I've studied it for a really long time. I've lived in Nicaragua and Costa Rica, and now I'm fluent. But it didn't, happen overnight. So I think language learning is super important. I think it's really interesting, and I think that it's a really valuable tool to have in life. As I mentioned, I'm from New Jersey, but I've also lived in Nicaragua, Costa Rica, and now, finally, in Colombia. Let me tell you a little bit about my education. I went to a 4-year university in New Jersey. I have a bachelor's degree in Spanish, and I have my teaching certificate for kindergarten through 6th grade. I also did a year of study abroad in Nicaragua. So maybe you're wondering what makes me qualified outside of the fact that I'm a native English speaker. Well, let me tell you a little bit about my experience. I've taught in a wide variety of settings that span over several years. I've done things like one-on-one tutoring, middle school substituting, and after-school programs. I've also taught 4th grade and kindergarten, as well as having worked in school-style camp settings and large group church settings, so I have some experience. As far as language learning, like I mentioned before, I know what it's like to learn a second language because I learned Spanish as a teenager and an adult to the point that now I'm fluent. I didn't grow up speaking Spanish, but it's something I always wanted to do, so I worked really hard at it, studied for a long time, and here I am. I've also worked extensively with English language learners from China, India, Mexico, Honduras, and Afghanistan. I think I bring a really unique perspective and compassion to learning a second language because I've done it. So I think that I could really help you and be an asset to your language learning.